Well, after I say the college thingy, I'm going to say something about the cards. So, just let it play a second. Let it play. So when you say college, so pause it with 2 left.
How long now?
Yeah, so after I say the college thingy, let it run
30 seconds.
for another 2 lines while I speak, then I'll get back to it. Brilliant stuff.
Okay, so we're going to start. Can you mute your Okay, so we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back on camera, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, I'm still your host Mark Lanson and welcome back to the college thingy. We have an update, new cards, look, the sun from the intro, the college thingy, no expense spared on this show. Christmas is right around the corner, so I beg of you to find within your hearts the time and effort to stay tuned in and find out what festivities are to come on the show. Now on our couch this week we have Timmy the Tiny Elf.
Hello.
So to kick things off, a few of our lovely and intelligent students have dived into the history of Christmas to see how everyone's favourite holiday began. Roll the please.
How did Christmas even start? Well, you're in luck. Here's a tale on the history of Christmas. You may think this tale will start
camera's
with
gone down.
Jesus.
Camera 2's gone
You're
down.
being correct. The tale starts with early Europeans celebrating light and birth in the darkest days of winter.
It's quite a long segment.
Many people rejoiced during the winter solstice.
Tell him if
When the worst of the winter was behind them, they could look forward to longer days and
Yeah.
extended hours of sunlight.
It's
In
alright,
Scandinavia, the Norse celebrated Yule from December 21st, the winter solstice, through to January. To celebrate, fathers and sons would bring home large logs, which they would set on fire and then they would feast on until the log had burned out, which could take as long as 12 days. In the early years, Easter was the main holiday for the birth of Jesus and was not celebrated, but in the 4th century, church officials decided to institute the birth of Jesus as a holiday. Now, all over the world, people celebrate Christmas in many ways. Some traditional activities may include leaving out stockings on logs, putting up Christmas trees, or leaving out food and drink for Father Christmas. There are also so many more weird and wonderful traditions, such as in France, there's a person called, excuse my French, Pierre Fouet, who accompanies Pierre Noel on St. Nicholas Day on the 6th of December and gives out coal. Sounds a bit harsh, I know. While Pierre Noel gives out gifts to the well-behaved. As well as Christmas, we also celebrate Boxing Day, which is the day after, and in a long story short, the name comes from a time when the rich used to box up gifts.
Okay, so we're going to return to
Boxing Day was
camera 2
traditionally a day off
in
for servants,
10,
and it allowed them to go home to see their families.
8,
And these families would then
7,
share the box their masters gave them.
5,
Hopefully that clears a
4,
few things up for you.
3,
I hope you all have a Merry
2,
Christmas and a Happy New Year,
1.
wherever you are in the world.
Well, that was the Christmas of the past. Now for something a little more up to date. As we all know, the holidays are celebrated differently across millions of families around the world. Most families meet up and spend quality time together over the Christmas period, whereas I get dragged in here to film this, I can't speak today. I get dragged in to film this on my only day off. But I digress. Here's a little video of people telling us their very own Christmas traditions.
Christmas is coming up, so we decided to speak to people around college to see how their traditions vary.
So I wake up at 9 AM in the morning because I'm quite excited.
I'd love to wake up a bit later, but I normally wake up around 8 o'clock in the morning, but that's just kids for you, or brothers and sisters really.
I normally wake up about 10, I'd say. My little sister wakes me up.
I usually wake up around 6 in the morning, but it always depends on, obviously, what my mother thinks.
2 minutes remain.
I like some artificial, some real, I don't mind.
I've never had a real tree, I've always had artificial, but I would one day love to try a real tree.
We've always had artificial, but I really want to try a real one in the future.
I usually have a artificial tree, though I would like a real tree at some point.
Just do a cut, just fade it please, mate.
They just look cooler, I think.
My favourite chocolate box is one that had quite like chocolate buttons.
Roses, without a doubt.
Celebrations, because they have Malteser in.
The Galaxy selection box, because then you get the Galaxy Ripple and the Galaxy Minstrels and maybe the Galaxy Caramel. Galaxy's just nice.
Returning in 1 minute.
My favourite festive film is Elf because it's like quite cute, quite funny.
All Santa Claus movies, that's 1, 2, 3. There's Snow Buddies, I think it was called Santa Buddies at some point as well. And then Polar Express.
Both the first Home Alone films are ultimate in my opinion.
So fade
We always
it out.
watch The Grinch
And then just-
on Christmas Eve.
Oh, keep those
Personal
faded up.
favourite. And
just
then
cut. So
beforehand
take
we
it up
might
to 0,
watch
and then just
Elf,
cut those to open. And just fade
Jingle
that
All the
out.
Way.
Yeah.
30 seconds remaining.
My favourite part of the dinner is the dessert because it's quite sweet and I like sweet things.
Pigs and Blankets.
The potatoes, like the roast potatoes, mashed potatoes.
The parsnips. I do like the parsnips. Especially when my mum makes
Okay,
them with
returning on
the
camera
honey.
2 in 10, 9, 8,
No matter how you celebrate
7,
Christmas,
6,
make sure to enjoy your
5,
time off. Have a
4,
festive holiday
3,
season.
2, 1.
Okay, so Timmy, looking back at that footage, you look an awful lot like the boy that was in the VT. Is there any relation there, would you say?
It's coming down outside quite a lot, isn't it?
The snow, yeah,
Yeah.
it's settling might have to make a bed up, I think. But anyway, so Timmy, you're obviously here from the North Pole.
Yes.
How
Santa.
cold? Santa couldn't make it. Yeah, he sent us a little email before, so we knew. But we're pleased that you could make it today. How cold is it back at home?
So in the North Pole it gets anywhere between -30 or -40 degrees.
-40 degrees.
Yeah.
40 below zero. That is
Yeah.
freezing. So I imagine being in sunny Mansfield, a generous 4 or 5 degrees today, I think it is.
Yeah.
You should be sweating.
Oh, it's spiffing. I love it.
But for us, it's freezing. So I don't know what would be like round your neck of the woods. How is the big fella? How is Santa? Is he good?
Yeah, he's very busy this time of year. Obviously,
Of course.
in the workshop he has to make all the toys. So that's obviously taking up quite a lot of his time, obviously.
Of course. And how is Mrs. Claus?
Baking. She's quite a pro baker.
She's baking the cookies.
Yep.
Baking the cookies. Yeah. What presents have you been making at the workshop lately?
Just anything really, between like wooden toys or anything that really you might find in the shops.
In the shops. Well, if you do see a PS5, take good care of that because you know that might be coming my way.
Yeah.
Well, normally I have an annual gathering with my family. Oh no, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The people in my area are putting words in my mouth. I actually don't meet anyone at all. But speaking of which, us Brits love our food. So here's, yeah, you guessed it, a clip about our favourite festive foods.
Christmas, the best time of year. The lights, the tree, the gifts, but best of all, the food. After opening all your presents on Christmas Day, nothing's better than the turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberry sauce,
Returning in 30
vegetables,
seconds.
and to top it all off, dessert, a Christmas pudding. Sometimes mince pies or a trifle with brandy butter, custard, or cream. Why not spend a day baking some Christmas-themed food, or even stocking up on some before everyone runs out?
Okay,
We
return
went
to
down to
camera
catering
2
to see what they were up to.
in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Food, glorious food, a true gift for us all. I'm sure you'll all agree. So, Timmy, food. We spoke about the cookies.
Yes.
What kind?
Well, anything just like, icing or chocolate chips.
Chocolate
Obviously,
chips.
chocolate chip
I don't like
cookies.
chocolate chip.
Yeah, they are.
Do you white?
Oh, white chocolate, of course.
White
Yeah.
is the
Does he offer him a
perfect
cup of
for
tea
me.
at all?
So, of course.
Can you offer him a cup of tea, Michael?
Make some nice ones.
Yeah, Mrs. Claus makes quite a lot of cookies.
Michael, offer him a cup of
Okay,
tea now.
would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, well, I'd love it.
A cup of tea. It might smell a little. There we go. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Links Africa. There we go. Of course, essential to all families around England. I think. Which camera? We're on this one. It smells lovely. Found 48 hours fresh. To keep, I'll put some on now actually. There we go, Timmy. That's for you. In case you want to. But yeah, we're getting sidetracked. In fact, I'm being told now. Yeah, it is a Christmas miracle. We have another video for you. Let's get it rolled.
This is the right one. This is the right one.
Presents are an
We have
iconic
5
part
minutes
of
left on
Christmas.
things,
As
so
a kid or
it
an
should be
adult,
good.
We've got
We have about
5
2 minutes to talk plus the
Ultimate
outro.
Connection series,
Okay.
or maybe even a pair of socks. We asked the students of Western Ox College what they were giving their family their friends this Christmas.
Well, my dad's an old man, so maybe some hair dye, deep greying a little bit, perhaps some like socks or something. You know, quite cheap and he's old, so he doesn't really need much. So yeah, something like that. It's also a bargain as well. Socks, quite cheap.
I'm thinking of getting him fishing stuff because he loves fishing. Like he's obsessed with it. He always goes whenever he has a chance. I'm thinking of either a new rod
I need
or
to talk for about 2 minutes.
just a bunch of new bait. Cause he
So
hasn't been able
Michael,
to
after
go in a while.
this,
So
you need to talk about 2 minutes.
For him. So I think I'll get him some hair gel. It's because he's. I'm going to get my dad hair gel because he's bald.
I mean, my brother's got a big head, so maybe constructors have to hide that a little bit, perhaps.
I don't really have any siblings. I have a half brother that I talk to, and I'm thinking about getting him some. What's like a book about like welding and stuff like that, because I know
Book
where
about
he works
welding?
is around that kind of area.
Michael, ask Timmy if a book about welding is the worst present you've ever heard of.
So
A book about welding? That's not a present.
That's a World 101.
Some of them
Returning in 1 minute.
And then there's a mobile projector, the two of them, and things like that.
So we'll have about a minute and a half
Yeah.
to talk.
Get my mum like with a candle or something simple.
I think.
That'll be about 2 minutes.
2 minutes to talk. Okay.
Like loads of different things, but a candle is safe there.
Pandora. She gets a new Pandora every time, and it's kind of like special. Pandora, because she got it from her mum who passed on a while ago.
Returning in 30
Your
seconds.
mum, I'll probably get her roses, but not the chocolate.
Absolutely not. No.
I'm thinking of just specialised gifts for the people in my life mostly. I'm thinking of
Okay, return to camera 2 in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
maybe a bit of a
2, and 1.
Okay, so Timmy, looking back at the VT again, Bradley said he gave a book about welding. Can you confirm or deny whether that is the worst Christmas present known to man?
Well, let's just say that down in Santa's workshop we don't really waste our time making books about welding.
Who was it for his dad? Was it?
For his brother?
Was it for his brother?
Yeah, for his
well,
brother.
if Bradley's brother can get in touch and tell us if he did receive or didn't in the comments below.
Tell him he's got
because it's on
1:30
YouTube,
to
as
talk.
we
1:30.
1 minute 30 to talk,
Of
Michael.
course. How can we forget the tree?
Yeah, it's
What a beauty! What a beauty! Of course, it only comes out this time of year because it looks silly around Easter. You can't see on the screen, but there's a lovely little sparkly star
There is.
up there. The baubles, a bit too much, if you ask me. Whoever decorated it.
Right, ask him about presents and Santa.
I think
So Michael, ask him if he's got any Santa's got any special presents this year for
and I'm being
people.
told in the old ear, Timmy, is Santa got any special presents for any of us at college?
well, if he does, why would I spoil the surprise?
So you can't.
No,
tease,
I'm
not
afraid
just
that information is very.
What
very
qualifications do you need to be
Well,
one
if
of
you ask me,
Santa's
that was
elves?
very selfish, if you ask me.
What qualifications do you need to be
qualifications-
Santa's elf?
What qualifications do you need to work for the big man?
Well, you need to obviously some places you need to actually be quite short because some of the
short?
yeah.
So you're quite a tall elf, if you don't mind that. Unless
Oh,
the socks are just making it's messing with Mars. I don't know.
well,
But you seem like
thank
a
you.
tall elf.
Well,
10
obviously
seconds.
some certain places you need to get in and out, and obviously you just need to have a basic elf and safety
3,
knowledge.
2, 1. Wrap it up.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Well, sadly, that's all we've got time for this week. But believe me, my gratitude is greater than yours.
See you in the new year.
We'll see you in the new year. Bye bye for now.